Hello everyone, this is your Public Relations Officer, Ibrahim Jafar, and I am here with a distinguished student leader, Mr. Okeowo Sunday. Most of you TESA know him as Humble Engine, and we'll be here today learning more about his journey into student leadership and how he has been able to balance this with an excellent academic journey. So, Mr. Sunday, can you introduce yourself to the TESA community?
I am Sunday Okeowo, like you said. Most of you guys know me as Humble Engine, and I'm a student leader, right? I'm a student leader right from my 100 level. I've been the class representative, although I resigned recently after my 300 level. I was a member of Sotambele Hall House of Assembly, currently a member of Technology Representative Council. I have served at departmental level, faculty level, all level, and even at the student union level. And I think one thing that has helped me so far in my leadership journey is that the fact that I seek to make impact and not just to be there and have the name.
That's a very inspiring one. So if I may ask you, what inspired you to go into student leadership?
Oh, that's a very great question. I could remember before I resumed UI as a student, as a freshman. So I was on quite a number of UI groups, and there's this thing about UI politics that fascinated me then, that attracted me. And so when I was looking at everything as it's going, I was so much attracted to it that I also want to be involved. So even beyond, although right from primary school, from my primary 2 to primary 5, I was the head boy. I was the class captain. Even by the time I got to primary 6, I became the head boy. And in my secondary school, I was a prefect. But all these things seems as if there were no match to leadership in university. When I was seeing it, I was like, this is another kind of thing. I mean, this is interesting and all of that. So when I eventually got admission, when I got in, then I made a decision that definitely I'm going to get involved, and I think I've kept to that decision so far.
Wow. I'm wondering, what has been the biggest challenge so far you have faced in your leadership journey in the University of Ibadan?
Balancing leadership with academics is a challenge on its own. You're trying to balance it with your personal life. But I think one of the biggest challenge I've faced, or that, let me say, it's still possible to happen again, is learning the act of saying no, especially when there are appointments, when there are leadership roles that do not match your career goals and do not match with your purpose. So I think that's one of the biggest challenge I would say, because most people will be like, oh, I want this name, I want to be in this at the spotlight, I want to be at student union level, I want to do this, want to do that. But at the end of the day, just doing a lot, but at the end of the day, you realize you are doing nothing. So I think it's one of the biggest challenge that I'm still trying to overcome. It is the act of learning, the act of saying no to the things or to those roles that does not really align with your goal, with my goals and with my purpose.
Wow, I mean, I can say as the public relations officer, I can actually relate a lot to that point of it. That's learning the art of saying no, because you get a lot of offers and a lot of overwhelming responsibilities. So sometimes you have to know how to set your priorities and understand that, oh, this is my top priority and this one is probably something I can forgo for the other, because it's a lot actually. We're all students and we're trying to balance things. You said something in the beginning of your response. You said balancing the academics with your student leadership. So that brings me to my next question. How have you been able to balance? Because many tech guys actually know he's up there when it comes to his academics. So he has been balancing it perfectly well with student leadership. So, and also social life is also inclined with social life. I mean, I've seen him 1 or 2 times at SUB, going for programs and things like that. So how have you been able to balance your academics, student leadership, and also social life on campus? If you can let the guys understand how.
All right. So first of all, I would like to clear the notion that there is actually no 50-50 balance. There is no 50-50 balance. But there are times and there are seasons in the sense that there are times that you know that you need to focus on your exam. When your test is approaching or when your examinations are approaching, that is not the time for you to be taking an additional role. That is the time for you to reflect. In fact, it's a time that you can just at that point, you're expected to even correspond to people that you are serving or the people that you are working under, that I'll be having tests this so time and I may not be available. Please bear with me. And provided that you've been active, I think no person wants to reject that. I mean, everyone understands that we are in the students' community. But the part of social life, I don't know what people call social life, but I just believe in interaction with people, right? So I interact with people. In fact, there are sometimes that when I'm just going, some people will be like, almost everybody. It's not really so. It's not really so. But just try to like flow with people, interact with people. I think that is what I would call social life. And I don't really go out like that, except it is really important. So when I have things to do, I stay in my hostel to do it or go to somewhere to get it done. Like I said, there is no really 50-50 balance, but there are times for everything. There are times that you know that you need to read your book. There are times that you know that this is duty that I have to do now. Even though you have a test, there are times that you know that you need to complete a particular task. So understanding time management and how to do the things when they are needed, when they are needed the most, when they are most important and most urgent. So that has been helping me so far, and I think anyone who is also into student leadership should also considering doing this.
Wow, that's I think that's very very is a very good advice, even for someone like me too. That I'm just getting my foot into the game and trying to understand how the dynamics of this thing. So I mean, we're all definitely going to be learning from this. If you can describe yourself in 3 words, how would you describe yourself to P.K.A? Just 3 words.
Okay, I'll say first, I like getting things done. I don't like. I like being organized, and I like doing my thing the way that I know it works best for me.
Okay. I think he has done justice to that. So, what's one thing most tech guys don't know about you?
Okay, I think one thing that most people expect every guy to be doing is to love watching ball. I don't really watch ball. I can literally can't remember times I've watched ball this year. I don't.
Yeah, if you would just give any advice, a parting words to tech guys, especially those that want to go into student leadership, what advice would you give them? How they can actually go about it?
Alright, I think this is very important, and that is knowing your purpose. If you know your purpose, if you know your goals from the onset, even right from 100 level, you will know which leadership goals to take, which one not to take. I can tell you that you may be serving at the SU level. However, what your purpose and what your goal demands is for you to be serving at your all level. So if you don't know, you just be chasing clouds, you'll be chasing the name, you'll be chasing the popularity, whereas you're already drifting away from your goals. It may be your career goals, it may be your personal goals, it may be things that you will do after school. So if you already know these things, they will help you to really filter out a lot of things. There are people that you are not even meant to be. Serving is very good, but for your particular goal, it may have to be specific. Your own may only be for you to be serving at the faculty level or even at the department. So know your goals from the onset and work towards it right from the beginning.
Wow, know your goals. I think that's the phrase we're taking with us on today. Know your goals, P.K.A. So I think that should be it. So thank you very much, Mr. Sunday Okeowo.
Thank you.
Popularly, politically, socially, everything known as Humble Engine. Thank you very much, and we wish to do more with you for the progress of the faculty. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.